Hi, everyone. I'm live again. I am here to answer your questions concerning everything to do with astrology. And I know this week everything's starting to really get heavy. And I don't know if you saw my video on Mars, but Mars has just changed into Aquarius. And that's going to change a lot because Mars is the triggering factor in astrology. It really does ignite things and make things happen. And I've been talking a lot about this Mars conjunction with Rahu coming up here. And Rosie Marie, good morning. So you're the first one here. Thank you for being here. Um, but I do want to talk about Mars, and I do want to talk about Mexico because there is so much going on there. And I did pull up the charts for Mexico and their president, and it looks intense. So, yeah, we'll be talking about that as well. Okay, now let's see, Saturn in the first house and Rahu and Venus in the sixth house. Well, I have Venus and Rahu in the sixth house, and I want you to know you will be very concerned about health and healing throughout your life, and especially things dealing with beauty and products that beautify yourself. That's Venus, Rahu in the sixth. Saturn in the first, you're very mature and you always take care of everyone. All right. Thank you, real estate. All right. That's very nice. Good morning. And yes, so one person asked me about Mexico, and that's where I was going. Let me talk about that for just a second. I'll be taking all your questions. I looked at Mexico's chart, and I want you to know March is going to be even worse. I looked at the leader. I think her name is Claudia. Yes, Claudia. And boy, she's got a lot to deal with. She needs to be safe. You know, their leaders in Mexico need the the cartel can be after them as well. They're very, very powerful. And I see a big blow up happening in Mexico coming. I know it's already happened, but there's more to come. And I'm looking at around that mid-March period. So if any of you are making plans to go to Mexico, I would make sure that where you're going is safe because there is a lot that's going to be happening there over the course of the next month. And another thing is, I see around by March 13th and 14th, and especially the end of this month, the last day of February, I'm seeing major blowups around the world. I'm really concerned about Iran. So that's another place that I'm concerned about. So you're going to see a lot of things really intensifying with anger. Okay. Now, Rahu in Mula Nakshatra gives good or bad results, and Rahu in Ardra. Well, that's pretty intense because they are in their own signs of rulership. So it can be used for good, but it is intense. And a lot of times with those two placements, it can deal with sadness. It can deal with difficulties and sadness throughout a life. Of course, it matters what house it's in. All right. So they were born July 16th, but I don't know what time of day I was born. Okay, if you are in the United States, you know that birth times, it is a law that it's been recorded. And what you can do is, now, and maybe this is in other countries too, but you can call the Bureau of Vital Statistics which is in the capital of your state, and you can request an original birth certificate. Don't request just a birth certificate. They will send you the one without the time on it. But if you ask for the original birth certificate with the time on it, you will get your birth time. Okay. Okay, so your daughter has a Cancer ascendant, and she's going into Venus's Mahadasha, or she's in it. And it's in the 8th house. The 8th house isn't always terrible. It just isn't. It can deal with deep research in metaphysics. So if she's into that, that's what it could bring out. So don't be too overly concerned about that. That could be a profound experience. Sign of denial in marriage in a chart. Wow, there's a lot of things to look for with that. I find that if you have 3 or more malefics aspecting the 7th house, then there could be a denial. Another thing that's really difficult for marriage is the nakshatra Dhanishta. If you have the ruling planet of the 7th house in Dhanishta, marriage can be very difficult. I don't think it means it's denied, but difficult. And also look to see if the ruling planet of the 7th house goes to the 8th house. That will cause karmic difficulties that must be overcome in this lifetime. Is it a good time for Virgo moon to look for a job? I hope you're talking about your sidereal chart, and I'm sure you are. Virgos, this is a good question. They are going through a lot right now, as you well know, because Saturn, Neptune are in Pisces and opposing that, which can cause blocks and difficulties. So people with a lot of planets in Virgo, you are dealing with a lot of setbacks, delays, and problems. But I'd have to see the whole chart. But I do want to say that Virgo is really going through a rough time with planets being in Pisces. And the month after this, listen to me, if you have a lot of Virgo planets, the month after this, in April, Mars is going to be in Pisces with Saturn, and that's going to cause great difficulties. Okay, so be aware, take caution, cautionary action. Okay, and I looked at the crypto chart. No, XRP, I don't have their chart. Sorry. I do have Bitcoin. And, Bitcoin should make a rise, but it's not. I'm seeing where in a month or so, it should make a rise. Now, don't quote me on that because I'm not sure if the chart I'm using is correct. It's been correct in many ways, but I'm thinking it will make a comeback at least in a month. But don't, just take it easy with that. Don't jump on the bandwagon with that. Okay, what is it?